maintaining the speed. And if we're climbing up, manage to increase the pitch just a tiny bit to keep our speed from accelerating. There, here comes 3,000. So what are you gonna do to level off?
Level it.
Yeah, so just watch yourself, because you seem to let the nose drop a lot when you want to drop it a little bit. Alright, so just remember it's gonna come down really easy. So just the slightest bit is all you really need to let it down. So just pull back a little bit more. Give a little bit more back pressure in here just to maintain your speed. Right, there we go. Now give me a left turn back over towards the ocean out there. We're clear. Okay, so shallow turns is key. And then if you need, give yourself a little bit of power in the turn to maintain outside. The air is about fine right out in front of us. Alright, so remember what we did yesterday with the falling leaf?
What?
Remember what we did yesterday with the falling leaf? With the power off stalls? Just the continuous power off stalls? Let's go ahead and do them. Let's start at 3,000 feet and let's start, just do a couple falling leaves.
Up the throttle back.
Yeah, just work that throttle all the way back to hard idle. And then just pitch to maintain your altitude. As you bring that power to idle, the nose is going to get real heavy, so just keep pulling back. Keep pulling back, more back pressure, more back pressure, more back pressure, more back pressure. Get that nose coming up, get that nose coming up, get that nose coming up. Get it coming up, get it coming up, get it coming up, get it coming up, keep coming up. Hold it, keep coming up. There it goes. Release the back pressure. Alright, is the power all the way idle?
Yep.
Alright, so let's go there. There we go. Alright, now let's go 2,700 feet. Alright, let's pull back, start pulling back. Now watch your nose, it's drifting right? It's a little bit left rudder, that's what we're looking for. Keep pulling back, just keep pulling back, keep pulling back. Don't be afraid to pull back, don't be afraid to keep pulling back, pull back. There it goes. Alright, let's grab 2,500. There we go, keep pulling back, keep pulling back, keep pulling back, keep pulling back, pull all the way back to the stopper. There we go. Alright. This is all about getting the feel for how heavy this nose is, because that's how heavy the nose is going to be in when we're doing landings for the flare. Getting used to that to pull back. So let's grab 2,300. Keep pulling back, just keep pulling it back, keep pulling back, keep pulling back. Keep that nose coming up, there we go. Because this is all about how heavy this nose is going to be in that flare, because that's the same configuration we're going to be in. And so the nose is going to be real heavy, so you're just going to have to keep pulling it back. So right as the stall warning horn comes on, keep pulling it back, get that nose coming up, right? Keep cutting it up. Let's do one more, grab it 1,900. There we go. Let's grab it. Now watch the nose, it's drifting right, so push a little bit left rudder. There we go. Keep pulling back, keep pulling back, keep pulling back, pull back, pull back, pull back. There we go. Now let's go ahead and do full power recovery. So full power. Get that, bring the nose level, so we maintain altitude, get that third notch of flaps out right away. the big key with that maneuver. Essentially, that's what I'm trying to get at there is that it's the nose, how heavy that nose gets is the same way it's going to be over top the runway. And so getting used to that pulling back of that heavy nose is real critical to help yourself out with that, getting that flare, because you have to get that nose up in the flare too, to put the main wheels down first rather than the nose. Right. So that's the whole reason behind doing that maneuver, is just to get you comfortable with that pulling back with the heavy nose. So towards those fields out there is fine. Above 2,500. There we go. Directional control. There we go. Alright. So, comfortable with that stuff for now?
That?
Comfortable with that stuff for now?
Yeah.
Alright. So let's go ahead and move on to the power on stall that I showed you yesterday. So remember how we did that? How I did that? Remember how I did that, or you want me to show you again? Refresh you on?
You better show me again.
Alright, so my controls.
Your plane.
Alright, so remember the power on stall is a stall simulating one part of flight.
Takeoff.
Yeah, takeoff, right? So we take off at what speed?
Full throttle and
55 knots, right? So we're a little fast to take off, right? So we got to slow ourselves up. So we're going to reduce the power, and if we just reduce the power, and all we're looking to do is maintain altitude, right? So as we reduce the power, the plane's going to slow down, and we're just going to have to keep providing back pressure. So what we'll do is, as we slow down, we're going to add back pressure and start rolling the nose up trim, just to help ourselves maintain this altitude, right? Letting the speed bleed off, but just helping ourselves out with this pitch. So I'll see how much this nose has already come up, just to maintain our altitude. So slow it down right now through about 60 knots, right? And so as we're slowing up about 55 knots, we're going to go ahead and gradually start putting power in. So as we're slowing up, just going to keep increasing that back pressure here, because we're starting to descend. So there's 55 knots, right? So I'm going to go ahead and give it full power. And I'm just going to let the nose, then I'm just looking outside at the nose, watching the cowling, just watching the cowling, making sure it's not drifting to the sides. Just holding it right here. Just holding it back, and just working it, just holding it. I'm just going to pull it all the yokes all the way back, gradually worked it all the way back to the stopper. Just holding the yoke right all the way back at the stopper and just riding the buffet. Right, just riding the buffet. You're going to just feel the plane just rocking in the buffet, but that's it. See, we're actually climbing in the stall, right? Yeah. Exactly what I said yesterday. Now we're just, all it's about is just keeping your eyes on that nose, making sure that nose isn't drifting. Because if that nose drifts, it will break. So what we're doing to recover from it, we're going to let that back pressure come off, push the nose over, just like, just going to hold the nose right here to maintain altitude, let the airplane accelerate, and I'm just already start rolling this nose up trim out. Right away, I'm just starting to take that nose trim out, let the airplane reaccelerate to normal flight with full power in it. As we get to about 90 knots, I can go ahead and start pulling it back towards normal power setting, or cruise power setting, and we're back exactly where we started. The same spot out front, it means we didn't let the nose drift at all, and we're maintaining 2,500 feet. Right? Makes sense? Any questions about it?
No.
Give ourselves a little bit of a left clearing turn here. Or do you have a GPS position relaying on your iPad or no?
I didn't set it. I meant to.
Oh, go into your settings here. Go into your iPad settings there real quick. Go under Wi-Fi.
Mine is on.
Go into Wi-Fi, or yeah, if you want to use you, because I have a 4-flight Sentry that I have that I always bring with me. And that's how I get it on my iPad. So whenever I'm in the airplane, if you just want to link up to that, there's no password on it. It's just in Wi-Fi. Alright, so you got the Wi-Fi, and it's Sentry.
Okay, Sentry.
Yeah, just click on that. Alright, and it's gonna gradually connect to it. We're just gonna clear.
Not connected yet.
It takes some time to get used to it. Around here.
There we go.
There we go. Right, it works.
No, still not connected.
Go into 4-flight. Just hit the whole button, go into 4-flight.
Okay, now.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, so just hit, there we go.
There we go.
I have that always running for my stuff, so if whenever we're in the plane together, if you want to just hook up to that, that's fine. Because I always have it on when it's charged. Alright, so here we are, 2,500 feet, pointed right at that same field, right? So when you're ready, you can take the controls.
Okay.
Your controls. Your controls. Alright, so we'll go ahead and just slow this so we can go ahead and do one of them. I cleared the area. I did that, so let's go ahead and start slowing the airplane up. And so it's going to be a gradual pitching up because it's just you want to slow that airplane down, but you want to maintain the altitude. And so don't be afraid to start rolling that nose up trim to help you out, because it's going to, if you don't put nose up trim, it's going to take a lot of back pressure to maintain this pitch, that pitch to slow down to 55 knots. Slowing down. And it's just like in slow flight, the more you pull the power back, the quicker things happen. And so, right here is fine. We're just kind of just holding our altitude here. We're just letting the plane bleed the speed off. Right, we're starting a little bit of a descent, so just give it a little bit more back pressure to maintain altitude. Alright, there's coming down through 60. Just keep out of back pressure as you're slowing down. It's just going to keep bringing it back. Just keep bringing it back. Yoke back. Keep bringing it back. Keep bringing it back. So there comes 55. So go ahead and bring it to full power. Just start bringing it to full power. Let the nose come up. Just go get it to full power. And just look outside, watch that nose, just watch that nose out front. Just keep an eye, just watching the nose, just watching the drift, any drift in that nose. Keep pulling back, just keep pulling back all the way to the stopper. Just keep pulling it back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. Just all you have to do is watch out the nose here, so you don't make sure there's no drift up there. And it's just riding here now. Just keep holding it back, just keep holding it back. See, it's drifting right. Push a little bit of left rudder. Alright, there we go. Just keep up holding it back. So you're riding the buffer all by yourself. Alright, now let's release that back pressure. Push the nose over. Let's maintain altitude. And as you're accelerating, go ahead and just start being on top of that trim. So go ahead and start rolling that nose trim down to maintain your altitude, right? So you feel it starting to boost already back up because you're accelerating pretty quick. Just, yeah, so you be on top of that trim and it's all good. Just keep pushing that nose over a little bit more. There we go. Then you're through about 90 knots, so you can start working that power back to normal power. Too bad. Let's go give it a left turn up towards the wire. Make a large left turn, it's about left 180. Just watch your pitch rate. Were you able to see the nose throughout that, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I did it more from the side than I did from.
Yeah, so you want to try and just, especially during the stall, you just want to try and keep your nose out, your eyes out front, rather than looking side to side, because that can be really disorienting. Look this side to side with that high of a pitch. Just keep the turn coming around towards there. You just want to keep just focus out, because it doesn't really matter what the wings are doing. So you're going to get more out of the looking at the nose, because you'll see if the nose starts drifting, and so that's your first indication. And so it's just a little bit easier to doing it that way, and it's a little safer than looking side to side, because then you can get really spatially disoriented if you look side to side with that high of a pitch. Just kind of keep your head in like one spot and look out the nose. That way you're a little bit more focused on one thing, not turning your head too much. Let's go ahead and do another one. So we just did a clearing turn there.
Another 180.
That's what we just did. Alright, whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and start